What's up, everyone? Welcome to Here's Avenue. My name is Darren, and today we are talking about New Gods and the Trench because on April Fool's Day, the Hollywood Reporter, basically Warner Brothers, just announced that they are not going to be moving forward with these projects. So, New Gods is a project that was being developed by Ava DuVernay and Tom King, who is a comic book writer, and The Trench was being produced by James Wan, who directed Aquaman, right? So these projects have been in development for the past like three or so years, and DC and Warner Brothers have finally shelved it. They're putting it on ice and in hopes that they could maybe revisit it again. But this has caused a commotion on the internet. Fans are just pretty much done with Warner Brothers at this point. And it's crazy. I just go down my Twitter feed and just like seeing everyone kind of just like, going at it at Warner Brothers. And some people are even saying that DC should leave Warner Brothers and kind of develop their own DC studios because Warner Brothers apparently doesn't seem like they know what they're doing, which I kind of agree. I mean, I don't know how well DC would do by themselves as a studio. I feel like they definitely have to do some major scouting to get the entertainment people on board. But that's like a longer process, and a longer discussion that we could have some other time. But I definitely agree that the fact that Warner Brothers doesn't seem like they don't know what they're doing. They kind of feel like they're out of touch with the fans at this point, because one, fans definitely want to restore the Snyderverse, but right now I guess it's not in the works. Hopefully. Then you got Warner Brothers kind of just throwing things on the wall and see what sticks, and that's kind of where we are today, right? So New Gods and The Trench are those projects that couldn't quite stick on the wall and they fell to the ground, and everyone's pretty much pissed. And it's also because we just saw Darkseid, and the hype level for Darkseid is like to the max. And so even though the Snyderverse is kind of like its own thing, seeing DuVernay develop, the New Gods and Darkseid and that entire fourth world was exciting for fans, right? And so we really wanted to see that, and the fact that we're not going to get that and there's nowhere in sight in the future where that's going to happen, it's really disappointing. And yeah, it sucks. And so so let me read you the article that kind of like made all the drama online. This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter, and this is coming from Aaron Couch. So the article is Ava DuVernay's New Gods, James Wan, The Trench DC movies not moving forward at Warner Brothers. And it starts, Warner Brothers and DC Films' upcoming slate is moving forward without Ava DuVernay's New Gods and James Wan's Aquaman spin-off The Trench. As part of our DC slate, some legacy development titles, including New Gods and The Trench, will not be moving forward, Warner Brothers and DC said in a statement. We thank our partners Ava DuVernay, Tom King, James Wan, and Peter Safran for their time and collaboration during this process and look forward to our continued partnership with them on other DC stories. The project will remain in their skillful hands as they were to move forward in the future. And then it says New Gods, which DuVernay has been developing as a directing vehicle with acclaimed comic book writer Tom King since 2018, would have brought to the screen the comic book characters created by the late and legendary artist Jack Kirby. DuVernay, however, remains in the DC fold and is currently working on the DC series Naomi for the CW, which I'm not looking forward to because I feel like CW basically trashes everything after like the third season. I feel like the story just go boop. I mean, look at the Flash. It's like kind of unwashable at this point. And then it continues. It says the projects are being shelved, but like many comic characters, could come to life down the road. DC Films, led by President Walter Hamada, is leaving the door open to revisit these properties in the future. But insiders note that When it became clear the upcoming DC slate did not have a natural spot for New Gods or the Trench over the next few years, execs believed it was best to not leave the filmmakers hanging in development without a clear end in sight. So it's like they have like Warner Brothers apparently like has this like fantastic DC slate that they're so confident about, and you know they're greenlighting all these random properties that no one's really asking for. I don't even think they have anyone tied to it, like a writer or producer or even a director or actors. They just got names on the board at this point, and they decided not to put New Gods and the Trench movie in there. I wonder why. I mean, we could come up with any excuse, right? We could come up with any reason as to why they're not moving forward with the film. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they're racist. I don't know. That's what people are saying on the internet. Maybe they don't want to give a colored woman a gigantic franchise like the New Gods, or I don't know. Maybe they don't believe in James Wan's the Trench movie. Maybe they feel like it's a waste of time. I don't know. People are just coming up with any crazy ideas on the internet at this point. But the fact is, I guess that's what it is. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you greenlight all these other random films, but not greenlight or not put in New Gods in the Trench in your slate when you have people working on those projects right now? It just doesn't make any sense. It's like Warner Brothers. Like, I'm always scratching my head with Warner Brothers like business choices. And let me go ahead and scroll down to where the internet really got pissed off at. So this particular paragraph is what really like made every Zack Snyder fan go insane. Right here, it says New Gods, which would have been a sprawling tale, was complicated by the fact that its villain, Darkseid, just appeared as a major foil in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and there was a desire to have space between the latter and any new appearances. Bruh, really? So the fact that Zack Snyder's Justice League just revealed Darkseid is another reason why Warner Brothers decides not to move forward with New Gods? Really? This writer, Aaron Couch, what where are you getting this information from? Is this coming from your brain, or is this coming from a source? Like, this doesn't make any sense, because one, in 2016 Jared Leto appeared in Suicide Squad as the Joker, and then in 2019 we got a Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Like I'm pretty sure people like knew that there are two different like iterations of the character. And so there's no reason why we can have Zack Snyder's Darkseid and Ava DuVernay's Darkseid. Like, I feel like fans would know the difference. And then it happens to Batman all the time. Like, we just had the Christopher Nolan's Batman in like 2012, 2011-ish, and then Ben Affleck's Batman just like a few years later. What is up with Warner Brothers thinking, or these studios thinking, that we're gonna get confused? No one's gonna get confused if you make it confusing. We all know there's gonna be different iterations of characters. We're not gonna be confused. Stop being so scared. And so like I believe that small little paragraph, I believe it's complete bullshit. I don't believe that excuse at all, because of that fact. But I do believe that Warner Brothers had a strategy in mind as to their DC slate, and they just decided not to put New Gods and the Trench movie in there for some weird reason. They just did not. And so that is my thoughts on this. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on all of this. How do you guys feel about Warner Brothers not moving forward with New Gods and the Trench? To me, I'm okay with the Trench because I didn't really care for it, but the New Gods film I was kind of looking forward to that. I feel like that was a good response to the internals over at MCU, and so since they're not doing that, MCU got another point on top of DC. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you guys again. Bye.